CAD-118 Lab 1B. We're going to create these different primitives using sphere, torus, and cone, and then we're going to lay these out on a title block in Paperspace. You can download the file drawing. Here's what that's going to look like. And we don't have any measurements on this. We're just going to make it within perspective. So we'll create the objects as shown using 3D primitives, create 4 viewports, and then we'll save the drawing and display it as shown. All right, let's get started. So here's what the completed model will look like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a B-size title block from the D2L. I'll open that file, and then I'll go to Model Space, and I'm going to set this up for a 3D workspace. I like to enable my toolbar, menu bar, and then I'll start off by creating the different shapes. We'll start off with this red sphere. I like to use grid and snap to keep everything kind of centered. I don't think I'll turn on the grid, but I'll leave the snap on. We'll enable polar, object snap, and our 3DO snaps. And then I'm just going to create this on the default layer for object. And I guess I'll create it in blue. I think it doesn't really matter if it's red or blue. And we'll just go to the sphere, create a sphere, change our viewing angle, and you'll notice that it doesn't look like a sphere. It looks like a primitive in some aspects. And so depending on how you have the visual style set, if we change it to conceptual, it'll appear a little bit rounder. And then we can go and change the color. I'm just going to type in color, and I'll go with green. And I'm going to choose an isometric view. And I'm going to create a cone. Bring that at the center. Bring that down. Verify it. And then we'll create a torus. Hover, acquire the center point of the sphere, bring that out. And that's the geometry that we want to work with these 3D primitives. What we'll do next is we'll go to our title block. I'm going to erase the default viewport. I'm going to go to the viewport command. I'm going to go to the viewports command. Select the New Viewports tab. I'm going to say 4 equal. And then we're going to change the setup to 3D. And so we have top, front, right, and isometric. Say OK. Place it on our title block. Double click outside of the title block. And if we wanted to, we can scale these viewports down slightly. I think I'm just going to leave them at this point. But if you wanted to put a scale on those, looks like about 20%. An eighth. If you want to turn off the viewports layer, what you can do is you can go to the layer command, turn off the viewport, and then you can place those objects on that layer, or the viewports on that turned off viewport layer. And they'll appear to kind of hover in space. Alrighty, save the file. And submit it to the Dropbox. That completes Lab 1B.